Hey, good afternoon, gang. Good afternoon, gang. I'm gonna go through the sectors. I've done my homework for the sectors of the week, so I'm gonna drop off my thesis to you guys, and we're going to start off with XLY. But first and foremost, before we get started, we have new 2 week opening, weekly opening, and 5 day opening coming Monday on the 7th. Alright, so let's get started with XLY. XLY closed as a hammer on the weekly. It's holding above a gap for the last 7 weeks. Displacement above previous resistance at 218.18, which is here, which is also previous month's high. New 2 week Monday, 2 week candle. So we get a new 2 week Monday. Here's the displacement on the 2 week. New 5 day candle. We get a new 5 day. Here's the 1, 3, 2 up on the 5 day. So we will probably be looking for continuation. I like XLY to 226, which would be right about in this area. And I also like it to 240, which is the highs with time. XLV. Let's go to the weekly. XLV. Watch XLV off the broadening formation lows. The 6 month is still rejecting, even though we don't get a new 6 month. I am watching that the previous 6 month is still rejecting at 138.26. Bullish outside 2 week. Bullish outside 2 week. 138.26 has been rejection for the last 6 weeks, but price has also held above 132.40. If XLV loses 133.11, in my opinion, it will invalidate my bullish thesis, and XLV could head for the lows at 127.35. 5 day is a hammer. 5 day is a hammer counter shooter, and both still bullish. Current price is 135 even. I want to see a strong bullish 4-hour or daily close above 137 for calls to 141 on XLV. Next up is XLU. Not much on XLU. XLU is still compressing, but I see a break to all-time highs from here. So if you look on the weekly, all this is chop. Here are the highs that are here at 83.41 for XLU. Next up is XLRE. Same thing for XLRE. I'm actually in a real estate play, and yeah, all this here, this is chop. So it's still compressing. I do see XLRE coming and taking these highs out. If it loses 40, 48, if it loses 40, 48, or even 40, 31, since they're right here close together, they're going to take out these lows and go back down. So for now, XLRE is still in this consolidation range where it's just trading in between these two. So nothing on there. XLP, my bad. On the 2 week, let's see. I started with most of these on the weekly. Displacement candle on the weekly closed above 81.86, which is the 3-month open. Bounced off the weekly OTE. 2 week closed outside bullish. XLP 2 week is very wicky, which means you see all these. It's very wicky. So observing the past 6 weeks, which is 2 week candles. Observing the past 6 2 week candles, a lot of dramatic selling once it gets to 82.20, in the 82.20 area up into 82.82. Price will have to displace above 83 for me. XLP is a tricky one. 5 day closed, a strong bullish candle here. We like to see the follow through on the next 5-day. So for me, like I said, we got to get above 83. It is. This is also compressing. It's in a range. It's in a bigger range than XLRE and XLU, but it's still in a range. We had a nice 5-day candle close. See, the daily is here. The daily is a little weak. It pushed up. It found support at 81.72, but we can't seem to get over 83, which is previous month's high, which is at 82.93. So I would like to see XLP get a push above 83, come back and retest, and then take out the highs. XLK is above all-time highs. We start on the weekly. XLK is above all-time highs. It gapped up from 253.92. Since XLK is at all-time highs, we can wait until it retraces back within the range to the gap for entry. As of right now, it is extended. So we close as a hammer on the weekly. The 2-week is a strong bullish candle. There's no wicks on any of these candle closes. So here's the 5-day. And so I'm willing to bet XLK is not done. We would like to see a retracement back down to about 243.34 to continue the run up. But hey, we have to wait and see what it wants to do because we're already at all-time highs. XLY. Same thing for XLY. Let's start with the 2-week. Is at all-time high as well. The 2-week is a 2-1. It's a 2-1-3 on the 2-week combo. Looking for the 2-week to expand and give us that 3-2 continuation. 5-day. Let me see. The weekly. The weekly is a 2-2 continuation. Strong bullish candles with no wick, so not much on there. The 5-day. 5-day close as a bullish 3-2 up with a gap up in price. Price gapped up Wednesday from 148.16 to 148.67. You could wait till XLI pulls back to the gap, but XLI looks like it wants to continue. No wick on any time frame. Again, we could try to wait for a pullback, but hey, like I say, a lot of these things are holding and have this area here for XLI can potentially be put my drawings back on. This area here could be support now. This whole area. So we would have to see what XLI wants to do moving forward. Next is XLF. I played XLF this past week for it was 100%, 110%. So shout out to XLF. It broke out of that 6-week compression on the 2-week. So here, we were compressing here for the last 2 weeks. Oh, I forgot to turn my drawings off. So we were compressing here. 2, 4, 6. So those are the 6 candles, and then we displaced above. XLF had just exceeded previous all-time highs this week, closing at 53.19. Weekly close as a bullish 3-2 with a gap up at 52.18, displacing above 52.62. Caused a market structure shift on the weekly. Here. Causing a market structure shift on the weekly, so we could potentially continue up into $54. That is my target, the top of the bargaining formation for me from March the 9th. You want XLF to come back and test 52.26 to 51.26 for entry, looking on the 5-day. The area, that's where the area On the 5-day, the sellers turned into buyers. So this area here. Next is XLE. XLE still stuck in the mother bar here from April the 1st. It's just above 50% of the mother bar, which would be 84.60, closing at 87.03. Inside hammer on the 2-week. So I'm not really favorable for this. I'm not too thrilled about it. I hate this hammer. Previous 2-week was a strong bullish candle, and then this current candle gave majority of those gains back, and that's why I don't like it. So they gave majority of the gains back. So now XLE is another tricky one. I don't normally trade. 5-day closed as a failed 2-up hammer, which is, I like those. A failed 2-down hammer, which could indicate a bullish follow through. I like the bullish formation going up off the lows, like off here, where if I draw a trend line, oh, I forgot, I keep turning my drawings off. But if I draw a trend line here and turn this into a trend line, oh wait. I like how it's respecting this trend line, going up into to retrace this mother bar, but I don't like how stagnant it is. So I like the bullish formation going up from the lows, but if you draw your fibs on the weekly, which is also what I did, if I take all this, if I take this off so y'all can see. If you just take your, oh, I was on the weekly, I said the weekly. If you take your fib from the weekly, you draw it from swing high to swing low. We are literally right at OTE at the 618 for to reject and go back down for XLE. It closed right at it. So there's no displacement of it. There's no sure way of saying, oh yeah, we want to continue more. It literally closed at this key level. So this is why I say XLE is tricky. It's showing both sides of the coin, if that makes sense. It's showing bullish and bearish sentiments. So continuing with that, it didn't displace above it like I stated. XLE above 87.82 for calls, 89 through 90.35. Yeah, what am I saying? XLE above 87.82 for calls. Oh, and the target is 89 to 90.35. Puts below previous day low, 85.70. For XLC. XLC is at all-time highs. It also displaced above previous highs at 105, closing at 108.04. The 2-week close as a bullish outside candle. It is the weekly. Man, this is gonna mess up my video. Oh, my video is still running. My bad, y'all. My dad calling me. I wish I could edit this, but don't worry about it. Where was I? XLC is at all-time highs. It also displaced above previous highs at 105. At 105.56. That's right here. Oh, it's actually 105.6. Oh no, yeah, 105.56. Closing at 108.04. 2-week close as a bullish outside. Weekly close as a 3-2 up. So on the weekly, we're here. Here's the outside 3, and here's the 2 up. It gapped up, but came back within that gap, which is here. This is the wick. And then closed as a 2-up hammer. I have a target at 112.12 from a broad information, March the 9th. The 5-day closed as a 3-2 up on the 5-day. You want to see a pullback to at least 105, down back to 103.50. XLE, if XLC loses 102, what do I have? This is all scratched up. 102.70 is headed to the 100 area. So if we get below the weekly, we're coming down most likely to the monthly and 50% of the 3 month. And last but not least, XLB. It still looks good, displaced above previous highs on the 2 week. Go to the 2 week. So here were the previous highs. It's displaced and closed above it. A little weak of a displacement, but hey, it's above it. So we would like to see how it will continue for the next coming 2 weeks. Closing bullish outside at 91.37, displaced over 90.98. You'll want to pull back under 89-ish for a run up to target 94.88, then 97.90. Weekly is a 2-2 continuation, very little wick at the top. The 5-day has the setup that I like, and that's we have a series of red candles where there's 2, 3, 4, whatever, and then we get a strong bullish hammer after sweeping lows in a displacement candle. These 4 candles are my favorite setup. I like this, and we want to potentially look for a follow through off this candle. So the 5-day has my potential setup. So that is it. We'll be looking for the highs to what I said. We will want to target. What do we want to target on this one? I didn't write that down. Or did I? No. You don't want, I did. Then target, okay, I did. I'm sorry. 94.88, then 97.90. Those are the targets on XLB. Here's the high. All right, man. That's it. That's what I got for my sectors. I'll be running through I'll find some tickers later, but that's all I got. Y'all have a good day.